Hi, I'm Brett Jennings, and for the last 12 years, I've traveled the country to meet, mentor, and mastermind with some of the brightest and best minds both inside and outside of real estate. I've taken those ideas, brought them back to our team of experts, and sold hundreds of homes per year all across Silicon Valley, and this is how we do it.
Hi, everybody. My name is Vivian Wong. I'm the Director of Communications here at Side. And today we are so thrilled to have Brett Jennings, owner of Real Estate Experts based in Silicon Valley, Lower Silicon Valley, speaking with us. And he is going to share his journey. When he started with Side in October 2018, he had a team of 8. Today, he has 26 associates on his team, and they're on track to close $400 million a year this year. And it is all thanks to his one-page strategic plan. And he's going to share with you the power of that plan today. So without further ado, Brett, I'm going to let you take over.
Awesome. Well, Vivian, thanks for the intro. And I'm actually super excited to share this content with you because quite literally it was probably, there's been many mentors and many milestones along the way of building the business that I have. But the one-page strategic plan, as you'll hear from my story, was one of these pivotal moments that really helped us kind of break through a proverbial ceiling. And so I'm excited to share with you that process because it's been said, at least one of my mentors said, the process of taking goals and turning them into reality is like a spiritual process. It's like taking things that are in the ethers, that are just ideas in your mind, and making them real. So, but the reality is we all start from somewhere. And interestingly enough, most of us, if you're in real estate, you didn't go to college with the idea that you had ambitions of becoming a realtor. Most people started out with some other career path. And what ended up happening is real estate was a plan B, or maybe even a plan C for you. But the fact that you are here today with Side, it tells me that you're one of the fortunate ones, that you've got the right mix of both personality, skills, and to excel in real estate. But chances are most of us, or most of you, have achieved what you've achieved through mostly sheer willpower and hard work. And that's how my journey started. In fact, I backdoored into real estate as well. This is a quick background on my own personal story. I grew up here in Silicon Valley and started my first business in college. After college, I started a financial services company, grew that business for about 5 years, sold it in 2006, and I lost all the money. The picture you see here at the right was about probably 3 weeks before I started my career in real estate. My wife was tapping her toe saying, this baby's coming. So Brett, what are you going to do? And my thought was, you know what? I know I can sell because I've done well in all of those professions. And in my last experience with financial services, a lot of my best clients owned a lot of real estate. So real estate is it. And as I started out, I reflected back on one of my mentors when I first got out of college. I actually did have the privilege to work for Tony Robbins companies for a couple of years. And he was really kind of my first mentor before and as I got started in real estate. And his thing was, if you want to be successful, find someone who's achieved the results that you want, copy what they do, and you'll achieve the same results. And that worked quite well, actually. Just this concept of modeling the success of others. This is some indication of my early results here. I basically, I got on a team myself my first year. I could have gone on my own, but I chose to go on a team and really model the success of what they were doing. And it worked for me. I did 12 transactions my first year, 36 transactions my second year, 40 my third year, fourth year, and then hit 53 sales about my fourth, I think in 2012, somewhere between my fourth and fifth year. But I got stuck. I hit this proverbial ceiling that a lot of agents will hit. And at that time, my process was I was copycatting well. I would look and see what other people were doing. I would go to real estate workshops and events, like things like the Side Forum. I would take a long list of notes, and then I'd go back and try to implement it all. And or what I could, right? And the challenge there is, you know, I was good at setting and getting goals, but the thing that was missing for me was this concept of doing the right things in the right order. And that's kind of what led to a turning point for me. I had an opportunity to meet and do some personal kind of one-on-one mentoring with Gary Keller, and something he said to me just stuck in my mind. And it was, Brett, the most successful people don't let their own willpower determine their success. He says, if you're giving it all you got, you know, willpower is only going to take you so far. You really have to start focusing on working smarter, not harder. And he introduced me to this idea of a strategic plan. And that for us is, we use something just like you have a CRM in your business. You need an operating CRM for all kinds of different systems and things. For organizing the vision and the priorities in our business, we use this framework called EOS, Entrepreneurial Operating System. It's not a software, it's not a technology, it's a framework. And it really focuses on three main things. Number one is the vision. So, you know, you really have to get clear, and I'll explain to you the process in which we'll do that, of what's the long-term picture for where you want to go. Many of us in real estate, especially here in Northern California, we have the privilege of these high price points. So it's pretty easy to get to $300,000, $400,000, $500,000 a year where your basic income needs are more than met. So to really push for growth beyond that, you have to have this bigger vision. And so EOS, as we'll go through what the process is in this one-page plan, helps clarify and crystallize that vision so that you can have that clarity to share with your team members, and everybody's quite literally on the same page. The second thing it's about organizing the EOS system is about organizing people. You know, no one succeeds alone, and great accomplishments aren't done on your own. So with that, it's about creating not what we call an org chart, but an accountability chart, figuring out what needs to get done, what are the different roles that will emerge here from all the stuff that needs to get done, and then who's the person that's going to fill that seat. And then the last piece of this on the EOS model is data. It's creating scorecards for your business, really starting to track the numbers, because until you track the numbers, you don't really know where you are. You know, your vision is where you want to go, and your scorecards are your numbers that tell you exactly where you are. And this process, as we walk through it, you'll see is really about, it's like having a map and then the territory, right? A map tells you, you know, where you want to go, and the territory is where you are. And the two of those things need to start lining up, and you'll see how that happens with the one-page plan. So what happened for me after I implemented the one-page plan is we ended up having 50% growth year over year. In fact, in the last 2 years here since we launched with Side, we've had we almost tripled in size. We went from 8 associates to over 26 associates in under 2 years. But for my first 5 years implementing this plan, it was easily 50% growth year over year. We hit 2 million, 3 million, then 4 million GCI. Between 2017 and 19, we were awarded Wall Street Journal's Best Agents in the USA. Because of that accomplishment, I did get the opportunity to be nominated and elected to the Zillow Agent Advisory Board. And love Zillow, hate Zillow, they are a company that's changing the industry. And so I wanted the opportunity to be able to have a forward look, right, to see what's Zillow doing, because when they make a big move, it does change the industry. But I share this with you because just really as a testament to the power of this one-page plan and what's possible for you and your business. I need to exit that, sorry about that. Can you still see my slide there, Vivian?
Yes, I can.
Yeah, I can see your, the current slide is over the next 5 years.
Okay, great. Got it. So what slide do you see now, just to be clear?
It's still the next 5 years slide.
I gotta exit out of that. So bear with me 1 second, guys. We had a little technical glitch here. Okay.
You're on slide 10 now.
Okay, great. So how do you craft a winning strategic plan? It's really about answering 8 questions. Okay, and the first one is, what is your core focus? And this is really your purpose and your passion. And we're going to dive deep into this in the session here, because I think this is the most important part of the entire process. Second to that is, what are your core values? The core values we'll talk about, it's how you show up. What is your 10-year target? What's my marketing strategy on how we're going to get there? What's our 3-year plan? Then we'll back into a 1-year plan. Number 7 is, well, then if we have a 1-year plan, what needs to happen in the next 90 days to hit my 1-year plan? And then lastly, what are the issues that we need to resolve or solve on an ongoing basis along the way? So as we start the process, it really is first looking at what is your core focus. And your core focus starts with your personal purpose, not your business's purpose, but your personal purpose. This was a fundamental game changer for me, because I had goals and somewhat of a business plan before I really honed in on this. But once I got clear on this, like, everything changed. And it comes down to, what are you personally passionate about? What do you want to be remembered for? And ultimately, like, why are you here? And the best thing that happened for me was really before, as we started implementing this one-page plan, a friend of mine invited me out for a weekend to do some work, and he challenged me. And one of the questions he asked, and I invite you guys to ask this question yourself, because this will clarify your purpose for you. The clarifying question he asked, he said, imagine who's at your funeral, okay? So ask this question, who's at your funeral and what are they saying about you? And I invite you to take, not obviously in the time that we have slated here today, but take this question, take a journal, and give yourself 30 minutes and write this out. Imagine you're in a church, synagogue, whatever, floating around the back of the room. Your friends are there. What are they saying about you? Certainly it isn't because you've sold so many houses or you were an amazing realtor, right? And when I personally answered that question, this is what came up for me. My purpose, when I heard all the things other people were saying, and then believe it or not, like, I got teary-eyed the whole process, because you really, if you apply yourself and play full out, you'll find it quite revealing. But my purpose is to live, to love, to learn, grow, and help others do the same. So that's the first part of dividing your purpose. And your personal purpose becomes kind of the heartbeat. That's why I put this image here off to the right, is because it really is the lifeblood and the engine for what will drive this one-page plan. So the second question that my friend asked me was this: okay, if that's my personal why, if that is who you are, then what does your business look like if you brought all of who you are to everything you do? Okay, what does your business look like if you brought all of who you are to everything you do? And this is what showed up for us. When we really boiled this down, distilled this down, and I just want to make sure, Vivian, can you still hear me?
Yes, we can.
Because I saw you dropped off video there. I just want to make sure my internet didn't cut out or something. So this was our core purpose, our core focus defined. Our core focus becomes your purpose and your passion. Ours, as we applied it to business, was creating a better life through real estate for ourselves, our partners, and the clients we serve. Our passion, again, you've heard a lot of words about growth in my personal purpose. So we're a team based on personal and professional growth to help each other reach our goals and dreams. We're a place where partners love to work, goals become reality, and clients become raving fans. So once you've defined that core focus, then the next thing to dive into is your core values. Okay, and you probably all have heard of core values. All great companies have them. What core values really are, once you've defined that passion and purpose, it's really about how do you show up on the daily in pursuit of your vision. And what I will encourage you to do as you build these out for yourself is, whatever you do, don't copy and paste them from someone else, right? You actually want to uncover and discover these for yourself. The process in which we did this as a team, and the way I would encourage you to do it, is get your key team members together, your key people, and take an inventory and ask yourself the question, what's amazing about, like, for example, Michelle, she was my lead admin. What's amazing about Michelle? Well, she was just like, she is a workhorse. She shows up every day. She's always hustling. That was one of the fantastic things about her. And you'll end up cataloging some of the best attributes of your best people, and that's what you will find out is core. The other question you want to ask is if you've had anybody who's entered your world and left, either you let them go or they left, what was missing with that person, right? Why weren't they a good fit? Because core values are going to be something that you both hire and fire to as you grow your business. Last point I'll make there is they should be both embodied. We call embodied, meaning that you already express these things, and then you can have some of them that are aspirational, meaning that you're aspiring to be. But for the most part, they should be embodied because these are core to who you are. After we've defined the core values, then we're going to step back and take a look at the big picture. Like, what is your 10-year target, your long-range vision, big, hairy, audacious goal? You might not know, right, what this vision is, as far as, like, I know when I went to go write my 10-year vision, I'm like, I don't even know if I want to be in real estate for 10 years. But the question is, okay, well, where could you be in 10 years? And maybe define that in terms of your reputation, your market share, your business volume, whatever it may be. But you want to create this kind of big picture, long range 10-year target. Once you've defined the 10-year target, then it's about asking the question, well, how are we going to reach that goal, through the value that we bring to the market? Who are we as we show up? Who are we trying to reach? Like, who's our target market? Second question is, what are your 3 uniques? Like, for example, what are the 3 unique things that you do well, that you do better than anyone else? For example, the 3 uniques for us are, 1, you'll see our branding here, Real Estate Experts. Every one of our agents is a full-time agent that lives in the community that they service. So they're experts in the local market. Secondly, all of our agents are certified in negotiation, so they're certified negotiation experts. And those are 2 of the core value propositions of the 3 that we bring. Our proven process. What's your proven process? So for us on the listing side, our handle is we have a market proven process to sell a home for up to 18% more than the neighborhood average. We're consistently beating the MLS averages by 6 to 9%. And then lastly, what's your guarantee, if you offer some kind of a guarantee? So that's what would define your marketing strategy. The 3-year picture is, what does your business look like in 3 years? And you want to define this both quantitatively and qualitatively. Quantitatively, this is our goal here. By the end of next year, we want to finish the year with $1 billion in sales, with 10% market share down here. It's 700 units, 36 associate partners, averaging 20 transactions each. And then the second thing in this 3-year picture, though, we don't just want to ask the question of what are the numbers, what else does it look like? So you'll see here we have helping 720 families create a better life with real estate. 36 of our associate partners earn between $350,000 and $750,000 a year with some work-life balance. Our agents are known as the best in the business. Our brokerage partner, Side, is the best in the industry. We farm 72,000 homes. So you want to just outline kind of what else you would foresee happening in your business as you fulfill and grow into that 3-year picture. Then from the 3-year picture, you're going to back into what's called a 1-year plan. And the way you get to your 1-year plan is by asking the question, okay, if 3 years out, we're trying to hit $1 billion, where do we need to be? Where at least if we're going to try to hit $1 billion in 3 years and we grow 50% per year, you're backing into it. And then not only you're looking at the numbers, but more importantly, you're looking at what are the milestones? Like what milestones do you need to hit? Key people that you need to add in order to grow this big business. For us, you'll see kind of our 1-year plan here. This was for our plan for 2019. We wanted to recruit and onboard 10 more agents, elevate our marketing coordinator, get an office coordinator in place, hire a listing assistant, and then nail agent recruiting and our agent nurture. So these were the milestones, and guess what? Like, because we were clear on them, we hit them. And that's how we were able to achieve this growth, to go from 8 associate partners to 26 associate partners in just under 2 years. So once we have the 1-year picture established, Then this is really your working model, what we call the quarterly plan. Your world, we operate in what's called the 90-day world. So again, looking backward, like we did with the 3-year, what has to happen, this year to get to the 3-year goal? When we look at the 90-day plan, what needs to happen this quarter for us to hit our 1-year goals? Couple quick points on, as you do go to scale your goals out. It's just a little sidebar. When you say you have a goal to do 100 million, we do have some seasonality in our market here in California. Not a lot, but it does work out where we end up doing about 20% of your business will happen in Q1, 30% of your business will happen in Q2, 30% of your business will happen in Q3, and 20% of your business will happen in Q4. So it's kind of a little bit of a bell curve with 20, 30, 30, 20. Just a little tip when you go to do some goal planning. But then we want to look at, all right, what is your rocks? What are these things that need to happen along the way? And so for us, these were the rocks. We wanted to optimize our recruiting. This was for COVID. Minimize our expenses, maximize our revenue, with a PPIL loan. All of these things happen. Launch the Zoom connection, really get mastery of Zoom and doing market updates. We ended up doing 53, in a 2-week period, we ended up doing 53 market updates for past clients. Took put 35 buyers in a contract and took 14 listings. But it was largely because we took a big focus on Zoom and creating market updates and really educating our clients. So that was kind of our rocks for that quarter. So that's the main thing that you're going to be focusing on. The last piece in this 8 questions that you answer are, what are your issues? And I'm going to show you what the one-page plan looks like here in just a second. But the issues list becomes a parking lot for the things when you go to do your 90-day plan that you realize, you know what, we can't tackle this 90 days. We need a placeholder to put this so that we will know that it doesn't get forgotten about and it does get brought up at our next strategy meeting. And you will end up doing your strategy meetings every 90 days. We'll talk a little bit about why that's important. But what the issues list typically is comprised of is, what do we need to solve for? What will we need to get the goal? What systems, what people, what money, what resources are one of the things that form your issues list. Another thing that forms your issues list is something called SWOT, which stands for strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. So pulling it all together. So this is what your one-page plan will look like, and I'll show you exactly where you can get a copy of this plan when you go to put it together yourself. Actually, I'll have the blank plans for you. I didn't think about this, Vivian, but I can send a copy of our personal plan so people can, if they want to look and see how we articulated some of these things to give them some ideas.
Yeah.
But again, you can see we started with the question of core focus is right in the center of this thing. It was a better life through real estate. Our core values, we hustle and work hard, we're growth minded, we have a positive mindset, we are a team, we embrace accountability, and we put our clients' interests first. Our 10-year target, we help 3,000 families sell $4 billion in real estate per year. We have 150 partners earning $500,000 a year plus and sell 20 homes a year. Here's our target market, intelligent tech-savvy agents. Now, one of the things that's a little bit different about our plan is, as I grew my team, Brett Jennings Group, and then I launched Real Estate Experts, I realized the focus of my team was a little bit different than the focus of Real Estate Experts as a brokerage, right? As a team, my core focus, my purpose and passion is, as a real estate team, is more to serve my clients and my agents. As a brokerage, more of my focus is really about serving my agents and helping them get their goals. So I do actually have 2 of these BTOs. One I have for the brokerage called Real Estate Experts, and then I have a second one-page plan for my real estate team called Brett Jennings Group. On my real estate team, I only have 5 agents, but we'll do probably 150 million in business in that one unit. Then you see our picture. So this is the front side of your plan, and it includes your core focus, your identity, your 10-year target, marketing strategy, and your 3-year picture. And then on the back side, this is really what you're focused on this year. Our 1-year plan, your quarterly rocks, and then your issues list. So this comes together as one concise, consolidated place where I laminate my plan, by the way. I would strongly suggest you do that. Once you get it written, you laminate it, and then you share it with your executive team. And we bring this in to our weekly meeting. And there is a cadence about the planning process. This quarterly plan is called quarterly for a reason. You meet every 90 days. And I'll tell you a quick story. I've got a team member who's running a team here, growing a team. And he'd been at Keller Williams and kind of really struggling at putting a good team together. We introduced him to this concept of the strategic plan, the one-page plan, and he got excited about it. They got totally focused, and they've had some amazing results in just the first 90 days. But he was coming up on the next quarter and was going to have to do his planning for the next quarter. And he called me and said, hey, my assistant and I, we're getting ready to do update our quarterly plan, and we've got an hour on the calendar to do that. And I said, whoa, you're going to need way more than an hour to do it. And so I ended up walking them through, the quarterly process. And you do want to give this the time it deserves. Earlier in the session, I mentioned to you, your plan becomes like the map. And what's happening in your business is like the territory. So every 90 days, you're going to take a full day out of the business with you and your key leadership team. Or if you're a small team, it's probably you and all your team members, to ask some questions about, one, what are our strengths? What are our weaknesses? What are our opportunities and threats? And what are the top 5 things that we need to focus on over the next 90 days to get our goal? And that process, if you take time and you revisit everything in your plan, every 90 days, you're going to reread your identity, reread your purpose, and see if it still rings true and holds true to you. Because this plan becomes your North Star. And what you'll find is sometimes the plan may need to change because you change as a person or your team changes. But if you do this process and you every 90 days take the time out to determine what are the 3 to 7 things that we absolutely have to get done as a team and a company to drive our business forward, that will give you the clarity that you need. So now it's your turn. I mentioned to you the framework is called EOS that we use for this. It's Entrepreneurial Operating System. It's not a software. It's actually free. So I'd recommend starting or listening to the book Traction by Gino Wickman. Download the free tools at eosworldwide.com. Vivian, you might put that link in the chat if you could for people. And then schedule a strategy day. Take a full day off site, all your key people. And what I recommend you do is get personal. When we did this process, we took 1 hour at the opening of the meeting and we listened to Tony Robbins' goal setting process. It's a 1 hour process that he asks you, what do you want to do with your life over the next 5, 10, 20 years? And out of that, you come out with 4 goals for your life that you really want to accomplish. We shared those as a team, and it really was a great culture building and bonding experience. And then what that does is it ties your team members' success, the success of their goals, to the success of the team. And that's really been powerful for us. But start out, get your one-page plan together, read or listen to the book Traction, and implement this. I will be available at 1 p.m. at the Q&A if you guys want to do Q&A, and I'm also available if you want to email me for questions as well. I do have a minute or two, but I understand people need to bounce to go to other sessions. Vivian.
Yes. Hi, everybody. So as Brett has said, he will be available at the live Q&A at 1. We did get some questions for you on our Q&A, and I think you can probably see it, Brett, but I'll just read it for you. Anthony from Amalfi Estates is asking, what is your average sales price for your team or number of units per agent? Also, is it a goal? Are your agents actually doing 350 to 750K? How many agents are in your company and not on your team? And how does that work regarding core values and sales?
Great question, Anthony. Yeah, our average sales price is $1,250,000. Our high sales are $4 million. Our lowest sales are like low sales would be condo, like some 1-bedroom condos at $600,000. Yeah, I have agents doing $1 million. I've got an agent who's probably going to do 1.5 million in commissions this year. One of the agents on my team is going to do close to, she'll probably crack $1 million in GCI gross commissions her take home on that is probably going to be close to 400,000. So yeah, we have several people that are in that range. If they're hitting, in our market, if they're hitting to our goal, minimum standard in our company is 18 transactions a year. If you're not doing 18 transactions a year, we have to have conversations about, is this the right place for you? Because we leverage you up with the right opportunity. You follow our systems and process, you're gonna succeed at that level if we've allowed you in the door. How many agents in the company? 26 in total. So 21 are not on my team. And then how does that work regarding core values, sales meetings, etc.? With regards to core values, we don't let anybody in the company that doesn't align with those core values. It may or may not be on my team, but I call what we're building here a teamridge. It's like a hybrid between a team and a brokerage. Has the feeling of a team in the sense that people are collaborative. That core purpose we talked about, you know, people are here to collaborate, to support each other and pursue their personal and professional goals. Sales meetings, everyone's encouraged to attend. The real tie, Anthony, to this is with regards to lead share or being in lead rotation. So we were big advertisers with Zillow. We just launched with Zillow Flex, which is their new kind of referral-based model. And the deal is, if you want to receive company-generated leads, you have to participate in the sales meetings, you have to participate in trainings, and then we have 2 huddles a week, 15 minutes, 11:45 Monday and Friday. People jump online, they share you know, what their goal is for the number of appointments for a week, who their top 3 opportunities were, and we have, you know, out of 26 people, we'll probably have 18 people jump on that call, and it's in and done in 15 minutes. But it's a good accountability cadence. The challenge you'll find between running a team and a brokerage is this. In a team, you can have high, strict standards, what we call, you know, hard standards about what they have to do in order to stay on your team. In the brokerage, it's a little different. You can't manage to standards because a lot of people come to real estate because they want some freedom or flexibility. So on the brokerage side, what we do is we manage the goals. We ask them, what's your goal? We're going to hold you accountable to that goal. If you're not hitting your goal, then I'm going to have a conversation with you about standards. Meaning, what are those minimal activities we know that if you're doing these things, you're likely to get your goal? And I'll lean on that independent associate to hey, you know, like, look, do you want the goal or do you not want the goal? If you want the goal, then you should kind of follow the practices that the people on the teams are doing, and that will get you back on track. Other one here, let's see, Q&A.
A question from Marcus. He's asking, is your per agent goal units based on sales or based on both? What is the sales minimum?
Got it. The sales minimum is 18 sales per year. That's whether they're on the team or at the brokerage. And that's unit driven. Yeah. Anthony, love to connect offline. Sounds like you guys are on Flex as well, and love to get any insights from you there. I hope you guys found this helpful. It's been game changing for me, and thank you for the opportunity to share. And if we don't see you at the top, we'll see you from the top. Have a great one.
Thank you so much, Brett. Thank you, everybody, for attending.